deep in the bamboo forest, where the morning light tiptoed in on golden paws.
He was small, yes, fluffy, definitely. But in his own mind,
Behind him waited Bow, Tutu, Momo, Pip, Niblet, and Snowpea. 6 baby Marmalade had only one mission: lead them through the bamboo forest in a perfect, elegant, unforgettable line.
The pandas had only one mission too: try very hard not to fall over.
He cleared his throat, straightened her scarf, and sang, "Step, step, sway, sway, through the bamboo way." The pandas leaned in, waiting for the last part, the mysterious little flourish Marmalade loved most. And then he cried, "Tooroo!" and down they went, tumbling in a fluffy, squeaky heap.
That was the first rule of the Panda Parade. Whenever the chant reached "Tooroo," something adorable was bound to happen.
Marmalade did what all great leaders do. He helped everyone up, checked their ribbons and blossoms, and pretended this had been part of the plan.
The cubs shook leaves from their ears, puffed out their tiny chests, and prepared to march again.
So off they went, 1 orange cat in front, and 6 wobbling pandas behind, weaving.
The bamboo whispered overhead, the birds leaned in to watch, and even the leaves seemed curious about this unusual procession.
Jingle went Marmalade's bell, tap went his paws. Behind him, 6 pairs of panda feet tried their very best to behave.
Bow stomped, Tutu tiptoed, Momo drifted, Pip bounced, Niblet paddled, Snowpea floated like she was trying to be elegant.
Marmalade purred with pride and sang once more, "Step, step, sway, sway through the bamboo way."
The 6 cubs braced themselves. They knew what came next. They simply hoped, this time, to remain upright.
Marmalade took a proud little bow and sang, "Tooroo!"
And just like that, the line became a chain of fuzzy dominoes, rolling through sunshine and petals.
2 rabbits watching from a fern nearly dropped their breakfast. This was not a parade they had ever seen before.
Snowpea, now decorated with twice as many flowers, looked surprisingly pleased with the accident. Marmalade decided the problem was not the chant. Certainly not. The problem, he declared, was spacing.
So he arranged them farther apart, 1 cattail here, 2 paw steps there, and exactly enough room for a dignified wobble.
This time the parade curved along a bright green path, smooth as a ribbon and quiet as a secret.
For several glorious seconds, it worked. Even Pip, who treated walking as a kind of bouncing competition, nearly looked disciplined.
Momo was so relaxed he almost felt asleep on his feet, which somehow made his marching more elegant.
Niblet noticed a particularly delicious-looking bamboo shoot and showed remarkable bravery by not stopping to snack.
Marmalade's whiskers tingled with triumph. At last, he thought, the Panda Parade had become a masterpiece.
Naturally, that was exactly when he sang,
Step, step, sway, sway, through the bamboo way.
Tiny paws tightened, round bellies steadied. 6 cubs prepared themselves with all the seriousness of very determined marshmallows.
Then Marmalade leapt to a stone, rang his bell, and cried, "Tooroo!"
They did not collide. They did not pile up. They simply tumbled apart in 6 completely original and
The side one, Pip.
Marmalade tried to keep his leaderly expression for almost 2 seconds before laughing so hard his scarf slipped crooked.
And once the pandas heard him laugh, they laughed too. Those bright, bouncy little cub laughs that make even the trees seem to smile.
All around them, the bamboo swayed in the wind like tall green and audience members giving a standing ovation.
Soon the forest path led them to a sparkling stream, where the water giggled over smooth stones. Now this, Marmalade decided, would require precision, grace, and perhaps a little extra dignity.
He crossed first, light as a leaf, tail high, paws neat, bell jingling with the confidence of someone certain he looked magnificent.
Bow went next, with all the delicate subtlety of a sleepy dumpling on stilts.
Tutu fluttered, Momo drifted, Pip bounced, Niblet paddled, Snow-Pea glided. Somehow, they made it halfway.
From the opposite bank, Marmalade beamed. Surely this was the perfect place for a little encouragement.
6 panda faces slowly lifted toward him, with an expression that clearly meant, "Please don't say it."
But some songs are simply too catchy to keep inside. Step, step, sway, sway, through the bamboo way, he sang.
The pandas pinwheeled their paws. The stream sparkled wickedly below. The final word hovered in the air like a tiny mischievous cloud.
Marmalade winced, smiled, and whispered it anyway. Turu.
Splash! Into the stream they went, not with danger, but with the soft, wet flop of 6 surprised plush clouds.
For one very quiet heartbeat, the forest waited. Then 6 little panda giggles bubbled up louder than the water.
Marmalade helped each cub to the shore, though by the time he was done, his own paws were wet, and his dignity was dripping.
They continued deeper into the forest, now a little soggy, a little muddier, and somehow even more cheerful than before.
By afternoon, the bamboo forest had turned to gold, and dragonflies stitched bright little threads through the air. Marmalade's eyes grew round with inspiration. A parade, he decided, deserved an audience, and perhaps a performance.
One by one, the forest gathered. Rabbits tucked close, birds lined branches.
Marmalade lifted his paws like a maestro. The bell on his collar gave a tiny, serious chime.
Around the clearing they marched, orange in front, black and white behind.
Then came the chant, richer now, brighter now.
Step, step, sway, sway through the bamboo way.
And when he called, Turu, the 6 cubs tumbled on purpose, rolling, spinning, flopping, and
Marmalade looked at his tumbling little troop and felt something new beneath the pride, something softer, warmer, and far more important. They did not need to march perfectly. They did not need to stay upright. They only needed to stay together.
So when evening began to pour honey-colored light through the bamboo, the parade set off again. This time, up a winding hill they went, through archways of bamboo and across soft bridges of roots.
Pip matched steps with Tutu. Bow nudged Momo whenever his eyes drooped. A fluffy ragdoll cat.
And Marmalade, who had begun the day wanting to lead, discovered that the very best leaders also listen, laugh.
The sunset wrapped the forest in orange and rose, as if the sky itself wished to join the parade.
At last they reached a high bamboo hill, where the whole forest rolled away beneath them in waves of green and gold.
There Marmalade paused, scarf fluttering, bell quiet, and looked at his parade as if seeing it properly for the first time.
6 little pandas leaned against one another, muddy, damp, blossom-strewn, and glowing with...
Marmalade stepped down from leader to friend, which turned out to be the finest step he took all day.
Then the first firefly lit the dusk, and another, until the hilltop shimmered with tiny floating lanterns.
The panda parade had not found a finish line. It had found something better.
Marmalade looked at the 6 regal orange Maine Coon cubs, the glowing hill, the listening fireflies,
This time, the pandas did not brace with fear. They braced with delight.
In a voice warm as lantern light, Marmalade sang, "Step, step, sway, sway, through the bamboo way."
They swayed together, all 6 of them, not perfect but together, which in that moment was much more beautiful.
She held the last beat just long enough to make them giggle, and then whispered, "Tooroo."
Down they rolled. Bow, Tutu, Momo, Pip, Niblet, Snoopy, and this time Marmalade tumbled right in with them.
They landed in a heap of paws and fluff and laughter so bright it seemed to light the hill all.
And from that night on, whenever the bamboo rustled with a cheerful little rhythm, the forest knew exactly what it meant.
It meant Marmalade and the 6 baby pandas were marching somewhere nearby. Step, step, sway, sway, and always